Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuke ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngala ma shows siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it is your first time joining me today, there is a subscribe button la ngezansi. Please press it. Also there is a join button for those abafuna ukujoina i-membership. Ungakhohlwa ukuthi ubuka ama adverts on this video bese uyayilike i-video. Thank you so much you guys for always coming by to watch my videos. So finally we get to talk about Nganele. Okay, I've taken so long to actually do any kind of review on this show because number one, I was trying to understand the show because I did not watch Makoti Are You the One, because that show used to infuriate me so much. Okay, and this one is doing the same because Nganele is a spin-off of Makoti Are You the One, because the first Makoti Are You the One, they followed these couples when the show was about the girlfriend going to the guy's mother's place and spending a number of days with them so that I guess they can see if they get along and they can accept her, and then maybe they can move ahead with their relationship. I didn't like the concepts of the show solely because I just feel like these shows that are putting, this idea that a woman has to do certain things and beg to be accepted, basically. I don't like it, you guys. Nayo nje idea yethu as abantu abamnyama yokuthi mawumakoti fanele uyokotiza. It's idea yamadoda nje leyo, guys, if you are being honest, because if you think about it, umkhwenyana mayifika thina in coming to our homes, your mother would be welcoming to them most of the time. They usually love abakhwenyana babo, ahlaliswe phansi umuntu, hayibo enzelani umkhwenyana itiye, make the food for umkhwenyana and all of that. That's a welcoming that they get emakhaya ethu when they come. And then the expectation on the other side is totally different, and whether fanele mawufika ngalena ufukuze, makoti must make tea, makoti must do washing, makoti must cook. That whole idea I don't like. So this show, I didn't like it for that reason. It just it was interesting, but I just didn't want to spend time watching it because being dinner. But anyway, you guys, I think that it's interesting to watch these relationships at the same time, and I feel like my viewers as well do like the show. And I've had some people say that they would like to hear what my view is on the show. So today I'm not necessarily going to do a review of a specific episode, but I'm going to talk about the one couple, which is Gcini and Mkhonto, Mkhonto. And I want to talk about that couple. We will talk about the other couples on other videos, you guys. So when Usabelo kanye nolona no Gcini, is it Gcini or Gcina? Okay, guys, if I get it wrong, forgive me. Okay, when they were introduced, honestly, for me, I felt like out of the three couples that are doing Nganele, I liked them more. Okay, I think that now with the season having moved where we are now, I think that now Unhlanhla Nontombi are my favorite, but I will talk about why Unhlanhla Nontombi are becoming my favorite compared to Gcini no Sabelo. But at the beginning they really felt like, and I felt like they were my favorites, and I think that it's because they really touched my heart, because I think that one of the first scenes that I saw was Gcini when she was packing her baby's clothes, and then they were telling that story of how she was pregnant full term, went to deliver the baby, things didn't work out, she lost the baby. Okay, first, it was very brave of her to be able to share that story, but it was such a painful story to share. And also, watching Usabelo, really honestly, I feel like, okay, this is a very supportive partner at that time. The scene that they shot in their bedroom when Gcini was crying about the fact that really honestly she misses her baby, and she can't take it anymore, and how supportive Usabelo was in that situation. I really felt like this is like my favorite couple. I wanted things to work for them, and I felt like they are going to work for them. Okay, and but this is the thing about especially us black people, is that you can have a relationship, and a good relationship between the two of you. You know, you love each other, you have chosen each other, but because a lot of the things and a lot of the times we have to involve families, a relationship as good as it is can be destroyed by the involvement of extra parties, which is families. You know, sometimes the lady's family would get too much involved. Sometimes the guy's family will get too much involved. And in this case, I think it's Sabelo's family. Now, as we move to forward with the season, especially with the recent episode where Ugcina was called to a meeting with the family. Number one, they're calling her to a meeting. Listen, I was like, Gcina, unesibindi sisi, I was gonna be sick, you know, I was gonna be on my periods or something. I was gonna be working. I don't work on weekends, but that Saturday, I was gonna be like, my boss just called, I'm going to work or something. I ain't going to no meeting with the in-laws. So I was like, hi, sisunesibindi. Obvious, if bekubiza kanje, they're going to. I already knew it when Usabelo said his family has called the meeting with Ugcina. Okay, so let's talk about what the issues are mostly in this relationship. Obviously, sebelobolene, Usabelo has paid lobola. Usabelo usembesile kubo kaGcina. Okay, they recently did umembeso. One of the things that if family is complaining the most about is the fact that Ugcina, everything was nice. They wore their traditional attires. Everything was fine. But later on, Ugcina changed. She thought the event is over. It's the after party. She changed and wore pants. Okay, I don't know if it was jeans or anything like that. So she wore pants. So there is that misunderstanding. The family is not happy about that. Okay, listen, you guys. I remember when I was in Joburg and I had started a job, and this lady, when I started a job, had just gotten married, and she was showing us pictures of her wedding. And she is a Joburg. She lives in Joburg and grew up in Joburg. Okay, and Zulu, but ukulele Joburg, and she was showing me pictures. So she shows me a picture of her wedding, the wedding white dress, and then traditional, and then I see them wearing like jeans, but it's like a themed thing. You know, they're wearing like denim, let me say that. All of them hair, bridesmaids, and the husband as well, and they're wearing pants. So obviously me coming from KZ, and I'm like, angaze ngibone emshadweni umuntu egqoke ibhulukwe, you know. And I asked, so what was happening here? And she was like, no, this was the after part, you know. So I'm thinking that even with Ugcina with Mkhonto, it's that thing ukuthi they come from two different places and also two different families. Maybe Ugcina honestly thought ukuthi the event was over. This is what she said, you know. But abantu basemzini had not left, and bona they were shocked to see her wearing pants. It's a misunderstanding, guys. It doesn't kill anybody. It's something that could have been spoken about to say, listen, you shouldn't have done that. Let's asidlule. But abantu basemzini, you already know the in-laws. Anything you do, you guys, anything you do, and that's the reason I have an issue with this in-law thing, is that even if as a woman you do everything perfectly, they're going to find something. Now they found the pants. So basically Ugcina gave them a perfect thing to complain about. Okay, another thing is that now Mkhonto is saying that he will not marry Ugcina unless Ugcina gets along with his family. Okay, now I'm like, but Mkhonto, you are like speaking like a child right now, because you have already chosen this woman. How do we know you've chosen this woman? You have gone to her home and told her parents that you are choosing her, and you have every intention to marry her, and you moved forward with ukwembesa. You know, dude, you already married. What are you talking about that you're not going to marry this woman unless she gets along with your family. So I have a problem with that, because I'm like, you're not making sense. You're speaking like a child right now. Because why would you pay lobola for somebody that you are not sure of? If you wanted to marry her only if she gets along with your family, that is something that you should have done before you went and paid lobola. Okay. Now, also the problem that I have with him saying that statement is that he puts with him saying that statement, sorry guys, he puts the responsibility to get along on his wife, because he says, I will not marry Ugcine unless she gets along with my family. Okay, so basically, if Gcine doesn't get along with the family, he won't marry her. But that same responsibility he doesn't put on his family. His family doesn't have any consequence when they don't get along with Ugcine. So Ugcine is the one that is responsible to make sure that she gets along with these many people from Sabelo's family. But then they can do whatever. They can just be themselves, you know, and the worst part of themselves, because that's what the in-laws do sometimes. Like, they give you the worst part of them, you know, as umakoti. Now, I didn't understand that. I was like, if there's a consequence for Ugcine to, if she doesn't get along with the family, she will not be married, then there must be a consequence for your family as well, so that they also make the same efforts. Why are you putting that responsibility on Ugcine to get along with your family? And at this point, after you have paid lobola, you are not saying ukuthi your relationship is not working out, Ugcine maybe doesn't respect you, whatever it is. It's about your family. You're not going to marry this woman because of your family. I didn't get that, you guys. Now, oh yes, another thing that I want to say is that I feel like if you are in a relationship with somebody, you must be able to get to, if you're going to get married, you must have gotten to a point where the person chooses you no matter what, and they choose you over anybody, unless of course they have kids, because obviously everybody chooses their kids over anybody, even if they are in a relationship. So I feel like the fact that a person is still doubting whether you are the one, and that they will choose their family over you, I don't feel like that relationship is going to work out. And I feel like that's what has changed me in this couple being my favorite couple. So now they go to this meeting, which has been called by family Mkhonto, to say ukuthi they want to speak to Ugcine. Now there's like 5, 6 of them. I didn't count, maybe 7, even 8. You guys, they're sitting there waiting for Ugcine, and then they arrive. Mkhonto arrives with Ugcine. I feel like, you guys, basically Ugcine. Okay, sorry guys. So now they arrive. Okay, I feel like it was a lion's den. Okay, I felt like Mkhonto brought his wife and threw her in a lion's den, and then turned into a lion himself, because it is your responsibility to protect your wife from your family. You know your family, and we all know that our families are not perfect. And if I'm going to bring my partner to my family, number one, before I bring my partner to my family, I'm going to make them understand, listen, this is the most important person in my life. You will not embarrass her. You will not disrespect her. If you want to have a conversation with her, you will have a respectful conversation with her. If at any point I feel like she's being disrespected, you take your wife up and say, listen, you guys are not deserving of this wife that I love very much. Let's walk out of this conversation, because obviously we're not achieving what we want to achieve here. And if at any point they start crying, then you save them from that situation. You realize you have made the biggest mistake of your life, bringing your wife to that lion's den, and you walk out. I didn't understand them having a meeting, because obviously all of them are on the same side, and possibly Mkhonto is going to be on their side, and now Ugcine is on her side alone. Nonetheless, the conversation starts. I don't understand why that woman, the mother, because she is the one that is leading the family, how come she didn't see, because this is not a good idea to do this to this woman, you know, because she's there, and then it's the sisters-in-law. Nabo engingazi ukuthi abayingani ema-meeting with their in-laws, and then it's the brother, I think it's the older brother, you know. Now, okay, they sit down and they start talking. They are not even offered a drink, you guys. There is not even tea there to say, "Ah, Makoti, hi." Nobody stands up to hug and say, "Ah, Makoti, hey, let's make Makoti tea." Biscuitanyana, sandwichanyana, nothing, because balindele ukuthi wena, when you come, you are the one that is gonna make that sandwich for yourself and for them. They probably haven't eaten whole day waiting for you to cook, because why? You are Makoti. Ridiculous. I know. Now the conversation starts. Mama says she just wants to clarify some things, because obviously there was a scene before where the sister claims ukuthi uGcini had claimed ukuthi yena uyena possibly othakathile for ingane ukuthi idlule emhlabeni. I don't know, you guys, if that's something that took place on camera. I haven't seen it, okay? And also Mama is talking about the fact that izinto azihambanga kahle when the baby passed and all of that. They're also talking about the pants. I'm like, guys, umembezo has already happened. She wore the pants. Afterwards, she was told because it was wrong for her to wear the pants. Why are we talking about the pants? There's no reason to talk about the pants except because they want to attack uGcini about the pants, okay? They start talking, you guys, and I felt like it was so insensitive for them to talk and touch on the passing of the baby. But nonetheless, they do. And what they do say is that they were upset about the fact that she posted the photos of the baby. That's another thing, you guys, that I feel like it has happened. It cannot be changed. The photos are online. Apparently, when the baby passed, uGcini wanted to hold the baby and took photos of the baby. Okay, guys, I'm going to be honest and say that I also thought that umuntu oshoniwe akashuthwa. But at the same time, I have never lost a baby. So it's hard for me to judge, even though it feels to me that, okay, that is strange that she did that. Not only did she take the photos, they said that she posted the photos. The family is upset about that. They could have said, "What we really would have preferred for you to not have done that," but nonetheless, it's done. Nobody in the conversation says, "Listen, yes, umntwana wadlula. By the way, we're very sorry about that. We're very sad about that situation ourselves. How are you doing with that?" Nobody asks, because you know what? Nobody cares when it comes to the in-laws. They just want to attack you. So they move on to talk about the pants, and Mkhonto tries to explain what, yes, Nami, I was surprised that she wore the pants, but she explained herself to say what she felt like umcimbi was over already. Listen, you guys, I wasn't happy with the way that Usabelo answered that question, because they had already spoken with uGcini. If he was unhappy about what uGcini did too. When they were having their private conversation, he should have said to her, "Listen, I wasn't happy with the fact that you wore pants," and they had that discussion and they passed that issue. So when he gets to his family now, he can't sit there and say, "I told her I'm going to wrong." No. To protect his wife, he's supposed to say to his family, "I understand, mom, that you didn't understand that situation, but this is what happened." uGcini thought the event was over. I don't know if uGcini was a Joburg too, but listen, intombazana yaseGoli lona, so uyabona shuthi nje kwaba misunderstanding, but sesiyilungisile leyo nto, singadlula kuyona. Instead of saying, "Hayi nami ngamtshela vele ukuthi wrong, nami vele ngangimangela." Angithi vele that conversation he's already had with his wife. Why is he now letting his family know? That relationship, guys, I tell you, that relationship is not gonna work. And if uGcini forces it, I feel like she's gonna be unhappy, because she's constantly going to be getting attacked by that family, and in addition by her husband. Okay, so they touch on the baby, the taking of the photo. Gcini starts crying. I feel like in her starting to cry, and it did look like at points that she is being dramatic because she was screaming. She goes outside, and they even said, even the neighbors now were watching, which we didn't see on camera. So I get it that, okay, it might have felt and looked like now she's being a little bit dramatic. But any woman, you guys, that I didn't understand the sisters laughing. Even at some point, the mother even laughed, because you have to understand that this woman lost her child, and you are speaking about her child that has passed. So I just feel like, why is that family laughing? It looked like you are watching a movie of evil witches, and they're like, I'm like, hi, this family. Lobola, go back. This woman is about to have the most miserable life because of this family, especially because Usabelo didn't do anything to protect his wife. He did not, you guys. He looked like he wanted to protect her, but he wanted to take his family's side, which was weird to me. Anyway, you guys, of course, they're screaming. The family is laughing. Only one sister was like, listen, we're just trying to make peace here, whatever, whatever. And, but, that family. So here's the thing now. I feel like I really don't believe that that relationship is going to work unless Mkhonto gets to a point where he understands that the only person that can protect his wife from his family is himself. You know, that's the only. If you have chosen somebody, you've chosen somebody. You do not have to justify it to anybody that you've chosen them, because you have spent time with them. You know that they are a good person. You know the things that you love about them and the things that made you think you want to spend the rest of your life with them. That is it. That is done. For you now to be going back to, if you don't get along with my family, I will not marry you. Then you are going back again now. We're going back on your word because they are already engaged, okay? But you guys, listen, I'm disappointed that now it does feel like that couple, that relationship is not going to work out. But I feel like with Gcini as well, I just wouldn't force things because Mkhonto doesn't look like somebody that is going to work on getting his family to understand his wife and respect his wife. He just is not going to do it. Every time she goes to spend time with that family, she's going to be attacked like that, and the husband is going to be standing on the side. I was just like, count my losses and be out of that relationship, honestly, if I was Gcina. But probably it's not easy because Ubaba ingane yakhe. But in general, guys, I know I don't see it working. I don't see it working. At some point, she's going to get fed up. Now he's talking about possibly not marrying her when it's a kokili lobolo. What kind of ridiculousness is that? Anyway, you guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about when it comes to Nganele. Of course, we're going to talk about the other couples soon. Please like the video, and you guys, please tell me in the comment section what you think about this show Nganele, and also just what you think about this couple. You guys, I'm frustrated with I'm frustrated with Usabelo. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginithanda kakhulu.